guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to my channel. So today, I hadn't mentioned this today, but when I did my, what month are we in? I guess we're in March now, but when I did my February BoxyCharm unboxing, we got the iconic London, what is this called? Day to Slay eyeshadow palette, and I had kind of mentioned that I was thinking about doing like a day to nighttime look, maybe a day to slay look, and a couple people said, yeah, definitely do it. So that's what we're going to do today. Before I get into that, just like a little segue, if you're just want to get to the makeup, I will like post the time to get to it below if you don't want to hear me rant, because I know a lot of people complain about that, but other people really enjoy it. In the last couple of videos I filmed, you guys know that I was just getting over a cold sore, and it was kind of funny and kind of ironic because everyone was like, oh, I'm so happy you're starting to feel better. And then like the cold from hell hit me on, what day did it start? Wednesday last week. I was working and I was, you know, doing my normal walking around and whatnot, and I just sort of started feeling like tight, not a sore throat, but like tight in my glands, and my head started to feel like a little bit of pressure kind of in my, what is that? Did I do like a huge line across my forehead? No, okay, it just kind of looks funny. I felt something like, just like pressure in my head, and I was coughing a little bit, and I was like, oh, and you know, I wonder if I'm getting sick. And I came home that night, near to the end of my shift, my nose started to run, and I came home that night and the body aches hit me. And then Thursday morning showed up and I was like death. Like my nose wouldn't stop running. I had the most intense sinus pressure. I had a sore throat. It felt like I had swallowed a box of razor blades. And that lasted me, like, I never call in sick to work. I don't like to do it. I'll actually like go to work sick sometimes, which is really bad because then I make everybody else sick. But like, I'm just not one of those people. I don't enjoy calling in sick to work. I always feel really guilty when I do, but like I knew, like in an average shift for me at work, I'll do anywhere between like 12,000 and 20,000 steps on average, depending on what the workload is that day. And that's like up and down multiple flights of stairs. Like it's a lot of walking. And I was getting winded at home going up and down our one flight of stairs, and I was like, there is no way I can handle this at work. So I'm just starting to come down from that now. Today has been like the first day that I felt up to filming. Today is the first day in forever I've actually put makeup on. So I do have a water with me in case my throat starts getting a little like scratchy, so forgive me if I do that. But I am really happy to actually be back like on camera with you guys again. I'm really excited. So I'm gonna stop rambling. We're already, oh look at that, 3 minutes in and I haven't even talked about makeup. Oopsies! So this is the palette that we got. This is the Iconic London Day to Slay palette. I've never tried an Iconic London palette before. I normally don't like do tutorials or like try-ons with palettes I get in BoxyCharms. I kind of just do it on my own time and then tell you guys how I feel about it after. So I thought today let's change it up a little. Now I wasn't 100% sure how I was going to do this. Part of me was like, do I do a day look on one side and a slay look on the other side? And then I was like, you know what I kind of want to do is actually do like a day to slay. So like do a normal day look that you could wear all day, and then if you're like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna go out, I want to amp this up a little bit. So we're gonna do a full day on both eyes, and then once we're done that, I think we're gonna try and amp it up, make it a little more like va-va-voom, do some false lashes and that sort of things, and make it go that way, because you don't want to be like reapplying all your makeup. It's one thing to do touch-ups and add a little bit of oomph to it, but I don't want to be wiping off one look to put another one on. So we're gonna do a very, very, very natural kind of soft glam look for the daytime, and then we're gonna amp it up into a slay look for the nighttime. So I already have my MAC Painterly paint pot on my eyes. It is my favorite go-to eyeshadow primer. It works well with everything. It's kind of why I trust it, because not knowing exactly, I'm just going to zoom you guys in a little bit, not knowing exactly how this is going to perform, I want to give it the benefit of the doubt, knowing that whatever base I have down is not going to affect it. So the first thing that we're going to do, hello, can you see the palette, is I'm going to take this color Marshmallow, and I'm just sort of going to dust it all over the lid. So there is a little bit of kickback with these shadows, but that's okay, no big deal. This one I don't expect to see a ton. I really need to stop doing my makeup into the camera because it's not like the most accurate thing. And I don't know why I do this, because this palette has a big mirror. So I can like put the palette here and then do it kind of like that so you guys can still see what I'm doing. That's the other like mistake I constantly make, is that I forget I'm filming and then I do one of these. Do you know what I mean? Oh, there we go. Like I'll put it right in front of the camera and then like 20 minutes later I'll look up and be like, oh, look at that. I didn't get any of that on camera. What was the point? I am going to carry this up under my brow just because it is a lighter color and it's not going to change anything. And that way too, if we do decide to extend some of the color upward later, we can do that. I'll be honest, I don't know where this look's going to go today. I'm just kind of playing because I haven't gotten to play with makeup very much lately. I do plan on filming another like play with makeup video tomorrow, so that's exciting. I feel like I rarely get to do that with you guys anymore, and I want to get back to that. Like I want to get back to like the depths of like doing makeup and playing with it and seeing how I feel about it. I've enjoyed like showing you guys my collection, and I'm going to keep popping those videos in here and there, but I'm going to intersperse them with like videos where you can actually see my face and see me fail with makeup. So we're going to use this in the nude color. I'm not even on camera. In the nude, and we're going to kind of buff that all into the crease just to deepen it up. I'm using just the same brush, so there is some of that light color still on it. What that's gonna allow me to do, like I know sometimes you wanna go in with like a different brush every time, but honestly I find that you get better transitions sometimes if you leave a little bit of the old color on. I think it depends on what you're looking for. For this kind of a look where we do want a sort of softer, more subtle kind of a glam look, you want that blending to be really seamless. If it was going for a little more oomph, maybe I would want a brighter or darker color to stand out, particularly if I was doing something like that rainbow look that I did using the Jawbreaker palette. I would definitely want to switch up brushes because those colors are going to mix together and give you something you don't really want. But since this palette is all neutrals, it's not a big deal. I'm going to be honest, I don't feel like that did a whole heck of a lot. I feel like I could have easily used this color as like my all over the lid color and it wouldn't have made much of a difference. Like I said, I've never played with these shadows before, and I saved you guys the like extended video of me swatching them all on my arms. I know some people really like that, and I know other people don't really care. So I'm trying to find a happy medium of kind of like pleasing as many people as possible with videos, which is also why I'm gonna start putting timestamps in my descriptions, because I know that there's people that like to hear me talk and like that I ramble and that I'm very unedited and whatever. And then there's other people that are like, shut up, just get to what you're getting to and be done with it, which is fine. You're welcome to feel that way. So let's go in now. I think I want to just stick to all like neutral shades. So we're going to take the Ultimate Tan and I'm going to actually buff that into the crease as well, because I feel like that in the nude color just didn't really do much. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever played with this palette, so I don't know what to expect. I don't know if these colors are going to be really pigmented on the eye. I don't know if they're going to blend well. I hope that they will, because I feel like this was an expensive palette. I don't totally remember. I'll link it down below. But I don't really remember, to be completely honest, and I feel like it should do a lot. And I hear about Iconic London quite regularly. I just, you know, it's not something that I see very often in my stores, so it's not something that I've had a lot of exposure to. But I am trying to get more exposure to more different brands just to expand my horizons a little bit. So that color did show up a little bit more. That was kind of what I was looking for, that really subtle, like, deepening of the crease. Nothing too intense, because again, this is going to be my day look. My very, like, ooh, yes, pretty, but like, nothing too intense. And then we're going to use some of the sparkle and stuff in here to make it a little intense. Maybe we'll extend outward a little bit to make it a little more intense, build up some dark colors a little bit more. I don't really know. We're gonna kind of see. So I think I want to play a little bit with these two colors in the middle. So they are Taupe de Taupe. I'm guessing that's supposed to be like Talk the Talk, and Merlot Mondays. Ooh, I could go for some Merlot. It is not Monday though, it's Tuesday. What's the tequila? Oh God, we don't want to do a Tequila Tuesday. Sam and tequila don't go good together. Ask me another time and maybe I'll tell you the story. So I'm gonna pick up a little bit of that Merlot Monday. I am gonna switch brushes finally. You guys have probably been saying, is this a one brush kind of look? Which I'm sure I could actually probably do, but not today. So I'm just going in with like a smaller kind of finer detail brush. It's not really a detail brush, it's just a little skinnier. So it's gonna give me a little bit more control over where it's going. So as much as I'm going across the whole crease again, it's not going as high as the last one. So this is really just going to be a pop of a crease color. What I do like about this palette is the fact that it's neutral, is that you could really get away with any kind of like color you're wearing. That's the one thing, like I like crazy colorful palettes, but if I've got like a certain color shirt on or something like that, I might not want to go. Like if I'm wearing, I don't know what it is, if I'm wearing any kind of like pink or red shirts, I will stay so far away from doing like pink on my eyes because I just think it's too like much. Same thing if I've got a pink shirt on, I tend to stay away from like a red lip, but if I'm wearing a red shirt, I'm all down for a red lip. I don't know, I'm weird with that kind of thing. So now that I've got that really like blended in, so I will say so far these colors are blending really nicely together. Like I can still see a transition of color. I don't know if you guys can, if it's like translating onto the camera very well. So now I am going to take that Taupe de Taupe color and I'm going to just sort of take that same brush and really just darken up the outer area, kind of round it off a little bit. Like I said, this is my day. You guys know I don't really go far outside of the confines of my eyelid, although I know you guys have been saying you'd like to see more of that, so I will make a mental note to do that. But not right now, maybe in the sleigh look. I am planning on getting as crazy as I possibly can with it still looking relatively wearable. But we'll sort of see what happens. I don't really know. Just like that. Sorry about that. My microphone kind of like bobbed weird, and when it does that, the way that this camera is set up, I'm sure it didn't stop filming at all, but the way that this camera is set up, like if anything goes over the like actual like place you look in, I guess it's called the viewfinder in the back, it shuts the screen off to save battery because it thinks you're looking into the camera, so it covered that, and I lost my picture, and I was like, did my camera just shut off? Like what happened? I'm sure I didn't lose any footage because I can still see that it's still filming, and it probably didn't do anything to you guys other than give me a startled look. So this is a little more orangish and reddish than I think I really wanted to go. This palette's pulling a little bit more red than I thought it would. But that's fine, no big deal. So the last thing, like I said, normally at this point I would do some like darkness on the outer corner, but I'm really trying to stay really like light here. So I am taking that dark brown up in the corner, it's in Deep Soul, and I'm just gonna run that along my lash line a little bit, kind of like a liner, but not really, just to darken up my lash line. It's just gonna be a very subtle dark. I don't know if you guys can see that. This isn't a really thin brush. I bet you if I put it on the edge, it would work a little better. Yeah. So just to sort of smoke out the lash line, because if I were gonna like complete this look with a liner, I might do a brown liner instead of a black liner, but because I know I'm going to a night look with this, I want to make it as least harsh on my eyes as is humanly possible. So I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna do a bit underneath too. Just really lightly, just to kind of like round off, complete the eye, nothing too crazy. just like that, and then we're gonna put a mascara on and kind of see how that goes. So for an all over the lid color, just to sort of pull this together, we're just gonna use this VIP Vibes color. It's kind of like the champagne-y sort of a color. And I'm just picking it up here, and I'm just going to pat a little bit over my lid. Not a lot, we don't want this to be too crazy. Again, this is our day look. And I find that when you do this, it sort of just pulls it all together, especially for me because I do most of my blending work in the crease. I don't really focus on my eyes a lot, like my actual lid a whole ton. So it just kind of pulls it all together. So I am, this is probably like the worst idea I've ever had. I am gonna put a little bit of mascara on just to kind of clean up the look, finish it out. And then when I come back and I do like my nighttime look, we're gonna put a false lash on as well. So for this, I am just using, this is MAC Upward Lash. It's quite similar. It's just got this like, I'm hoping you guys can see this. Focus on the brush, not on me. So it's got like this really thin rubberized brush. So what it does is it's really very good at lifting upward and separating your lashes without adding, like, can you guys see that? Focus, without adding too much volume to them. And because it's got such a tiny wand, it makes it very, ooh, I don't like the way that those are sticking together. Whatever. It makes it very easy to get the lower lashes and also to get like the inner lashes, which can sometimes be a little difficult to do. Nobody really says that ever, but coming from a person who is super klutzy and makes tons of mistakes with my makeup, I can't tell you how many times I've like touched the inside of my nose trying to get those like inner little baby lashes to, oopsies, get a little color on them. So I just did fudge up. Do you guys see this? Where I put it underneath. No big deal. What I'm gonna do for that, and I've said this before, is just wait until that mascara dries completely, and then it'll just sort of fleck off. If you try and attack it right now, all I'm gonna do is smudge it out and it's gonna look terrible. So for the daytime part of the look, I'm just gonna finish this off. I'm gonna use a Pat McGrath Labs Blitz Trance lipstick. This is in Lady Stardust. It's just a super kind of like bubbly, light, bright pink. So there's a little sheen to it, a little bit of like glossiness. This would also look really pretty with just like a lip gloss or any kind of like really light color, but just something soft that you can go about your day with that can wear off and be reapplied really easily. That's the important thing. When you're going out at night, you might want a more vibrant kind of a lip color, but for me, if I were going to work with this, which I mean I wouldn't, but like, because I don't wear makeup to work, but if I were going to, I would want something really easy to manage for a lip, something that could, you know, be worn off and be reapplied, or be worn off and it wouldn't be super obvious. So this is going to be our day kind of a look. It's very easy, very simple, very subtle. Did turn out a little bit more orangey than I had fully intended on it. But basically I'm gonna go and fix this mascara problem, and then I'm gonna come back and we're going to transform this. We're gonna see if I can transform this into a nighttime slay kind of look and see how it turns out. So let me fix this problem, and then when I get back, we will do our nighttime look. Alrighty, so I am back. I have fixed my issue. In case you're wondering, I just sort of waited till it dried down, took a Q-tip there and kind of just smudged it, and then also where some of the lashes were looking a bit too clumped together, in my opinion, I just sort of took my fingers and just kind of pulled at them and curled them downward a little bit, and I was able to roll some of the excess mascara out of them, just in case you're wondering. So it is time to go from our day to slay. I have no idea how I'm gonna do this. I haven't really thought it through. I definitely want to do something kind of extended outwards, make it a little bit more fun. Also, if you guys can see, I don't know if you guys can see it, there's like a lot of flaking here. It's not the makeup, it's my face, because obviously with a really bad cold, you're blowing your nose constantly. All here and all right here is just so dry and flaky, and no matter how much moisturizer I seem to use, it doesn't seem to make a difference. So to extend what we've already got going, because I've already got a lot of that Merlot Monday, that kind of reddish color. I'm gonna take that. I'm like dreading doing this. I'm going to bring it out. Do you guys see that? That looks horrible. Oh my gosh. What did I do? It's fine. We're gonna work it out. We're gonna work it out. We're gonna make it work. And remember, Sam, whatever you feel like you screwed up, and I probably did, I can go over it with foundation or like concealer or a beauty blender or something later. I'm trying to go outside my eye space and make this interesting and cool, and I think I screwed it up. At this point, like, most people would be like, oh no, it looks fine, just do a wing liner. But y'all know I don't wing liner. It looks really stupid on me. This looks really stupid. I look like a crazy person. What did I do? Oh, we're gonna keep going. See, this is what I mean. You like do something and you're like, it looks horrible, I need to take it all off. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. I'm gonna make it work. We're gonna take that taupe color. Basically, all I'm doing is taking the blending I've already done and extending it outwards. I've done this once before. I had tape on my face at the time, so maybe... No, even then I feel like it looked a little hectic, a little crazy. Now, this is where it scares me. We're gonna take that Deep Soul and definitely smudge out, and I'm going to really darken my crease with it. This is like, just stopped going. I've like done so much on my eye. It's like, now we don't want to layer anymore. We don't want to blend anymore. We're done. So I'm really, really darkening like in my crease. I'm keeping some of like that lighter kind of colors to outside my eye. I did drag this a little bit just to blend it, but I just think I really want that like exaggerating my eye shape, making it really dark and kind of smoky. The extended color looks cray-cray, like completely insane. Again, if I wung liner, like, it might look really pretty. I think it's here, like, because it kind of goes like, meh, meh. I'll fix it later. That's okay. The nice thing about makeup, it's not permanent. And I always forget that. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna go with it. I'm gonna roll with it. We're gonna see what happens, because I am not experimental enough with my makeup. I do the same looks over and over and over and over again. And while that works for me, it's kind of getting boring. So we're just gonna roll with it and see what happens. Yeah, let's just see what happens. So let's keep going. Let's get some of these bright shimmery colors. Now I'm kind of curious as to how these shimmer colors are going to apply with a brush. I normally only really do them with like a finger. So I'm gonna take this Velvet Crush. Ooh, look at that. That's this color right here. Look at it on the brush though. That looks really pretty. I gotta cover my face because my camera wants to focus on my face and I don't want it. Stop it! I don't want it to focus on my face. Can you guys see it? Look at how well that picked up. Okay. And it worked. Do you guys see that? It's getting a little bit of foiling, which is really what I was going for. The fallout is insane. Do you guys see all this fallout? We'll brush it away with a fan brush later. It's okay. We're gonna really smoke out that under eye now, like a lot. And I really enjoy doing it with like these dark shimmery colors. I never really go this dark under my eye because I think it's too intense, but I will say it is making my eyes really, really green. Like really, really green. Which is nice, I guess. I don't know. And I did decide to just take that color and kind of like go along here. Like I said, we're gonna touch it up later, whether I use a makeup wipe to touch that up or I go over with more foundation, which is always great. I really want to extend outside my eye shape, and this is crazy. I'm looking at it now. It's a little nuts. It's okay. Sam, just remember you can wipe makeup off. No big deal. So, I think that's as far as I want to go. This looks nutty. I really need to fix that. Let's try and blend some of that out, shall we? soften it a little bit maybe. Does that look a little less crazy? That totally looks less crazy. Okay. You know, there's nothing that some good blending won't fix. So I did notice I really extended that color here and not as much here. This looks like a messy disaster. Just a disaster, especially with all the fallout underneath. This looks like a hot mess. Whose idea was this? What was I thinking? What a horrible decision. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll with it. So I really kind of want to play with this 24 karat gold color because it's a little out there, and why not? So I'm gonna take some on a flat brush and I'm gonna put it right down the middle. Right down the middle of the eye right there. Kind of like a halo, but not really like a halo, although I have an idea. Hold on, I'm going to use my finger instead because I want this to be real intent. Like, ooh! Look at that gold! Holy crap. Did you guys see that gold? That's beautiful. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's looking crazy. Well, I wanted this to be a crazy kind of nighttime look, and I got it, so let's just keep going. Wow. You guys, anybody that's new to my channel that's watching this is like, why do people watch her? Like, she doesn't know what she's doing. Alright, now we're going to go into the color next to it, which is Champagne Chic. It's a lighter gold, and I'm going to use that kind of more to the outside. A little more to the inside. Do you guys see kind of what I went for? Like it's like dark and then it's lighter. Crazy? Absolutely. The real reveal will be when I fix everything else that I screwed up. We're gonna have to go back in with some more of that dark color because I screwed up. So Peach Fizz is a lighter gold, and we're going to use that in the inner corner. The formula of these shadows is really, really nice. Looks a little crazy, but that's just because I suck at makeup. A little bit of the dark in there. A little bit of dark in there. That's the main thing. We want them to be dark. Look at my hands. Again, why do people watch me? Even I don't know. Alright, we're gonna quit while we're behind. I'm gonna take my Stylist Day liquid liner and I'm gonna add, eyeliner fixes everything. I swear to you it does. And I'll be honest, I deliberately went thick here because I'm trying to cover up some mistakes. Like I said, if you like to wing liner, this might be your opportunity to wing it. I can't wing liner. I'm really bad at it. It doesn't work with my eye shape, so I don't do it. Because if I did it, this one would go like here, and then this one would be like this. Like, they would be totally non-matching. Maybe I should invest in one of those, like, wing liner stamps. Probably not, because even when, like, professionals wing my liner, I'm always like, could you not? That would be great. Does it look a little better? Alright, I'm gonna go and get, like, a makeup wipe and some concealer and try and fix some of this so that I can try and salvage this look before I come back and I add false lashes. Just give me a minute. Alrighty, so miracle of miracles. I think I actually fixed it. You know, it's not as seamless as maybe I would have liked it to be, but it actually looks halfway decent now. The rest of my makeup looks like shit. It's not translating on, maybe it is translating onto camera how bad it looks, but like I was in the mirror trying to fix this. I used makeup wipes and then I took some of the foundation I'm wearing today, which is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, and I put a bit on a beauty blender and I sort of just like tapped it up and around this area to sort of like re-blend it all together, and it kind of did the trick, so we're just gonna go with it. So for lashes today, because we're going a little crazy, a little out there, trying to take some of the heat off of these eyes, I am going to use some Ardell Demi Wispies. I bought a pack of like 5 pairs at Walmart. I think they were like $14, which is awesome. They are a little intense, to be completely honest. I'm trying to find, I really like the Shan XO. I think they, oh, I can't remember exactly which one they are, if they're the Innocent or the Girl Next Door. They're a really like light kind of eyelash. Like, they just give you a little extra volume without like anybody really knowing you have fake lashes on, which is sort of ideal for me. If anybody knows of like a really good eyelash like that, let me know. One that I can get not from New Zealand that won't cost me like almost as much in customs fees would be great. So I just put some of my Duo lash glue on here, just like a really thin strip. You guys know how to put lashes on along the band. And I sort of just start like giving them a little bit of a curve to them so that they sit on the lash. I kind of let the glue tack down because it just makes them stick almost immediately better. Okay guys, wish me luck. I never put lashes on screen because it's always a hot mess, so I'm going to try really hard to do it for you guys. So I always start in my inner corner because that's how I know how far in I want it. Okay, no, I should have started in the outer. I forgot I trimmed this particular pair down already. So let's take back everything I just said and start on the outer corner. Too far. Gonna need to attach more glue, I can feel it. Oh, maybe not. And then I just tuck that really close to the lash line. Sorry, I glued sort of my eyelids together. Okay, there we go. So that's kind of what it looks like. I'll put the other one on. Hopefully it'll be just as easy. That went surprisingly well. Looks a little crazy though. These are a little too intense for me. You know what? I actually think I would have preferred it if it were closer in, because I think it's like just making this area right here too dark. So we're gonna go take 2 on this. So let's add a little bit more lash glue. I also reuse lashes. I don't know if everybody does. A lot of people will like put mascara on their real lashes once they've already got their fake lashes on to sort of blend it together. I don't do that. Maybe that's why they don't look really natural, but the reason I don't is because it really screws up your lashes. With these ones, it wouldn't be as big of a deal because they are so inexpensive, but like for my MAC lashes that are like $20 a pair, I'm not about to like waste a pair every time I use them when I wear them for like, what, 5 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours maximum, because that's just a waste. What did I get all over myself? Oh my god. Okay, not even gonna talk about it. These pants are like just freshly cleaned and now they've got makeup on them. And this glue does dry clear. This is why I don't do this on camera. I'm gonna go away and put them on and then come back. Or maybe I won't. I don't know. Let's just see what happens. But I can't do this on camera. There's too much pressure. Pretty much exactly as I suspected. The second that I got off camera, they went on perfectly the first time. This one's a little bit too in. It is annoying me. But I'm just going to roll with it because if I'm completely honest with you guys, these lashes are coming off pretty much the second that I'm off camera. I'm not so not sick that I feel like I need to have this full glam look on. So the last thing we're going to do, just for a fun color, this is the point you could do like a bright red, a bright pink. I really want to try this Pat McGrath matte trance lipstick. This is in Deep Orchid. I've never really used this yet. It's like a really pretty, ooh, that looks like mess, dark, like deep sort of berry tone. Surprisingly, I actually don't have a lot of colors like this. Looks a mess, but whatever. We're gonna just roll with it. So that is gonna be that for today. So that was my attempt at a Day to Slay look using the Day to Slay palette from Iconic London. How do you think I did? Did I bomb it? You guys can tell me. It's okay. I think I did. It ended up looking half decent, I suppose. I don't know. Let's just say it doesn't look as horrible as I thought it was gonna look, like, whatever, 10-15 minutes ago when I started and I got that really wide line. I was like, oh my god, what did I do? Turned out okay. I had a lot of fun doing this. I had a lot of fun screwing up, experimenting with a new palette that I hadn't played with yet. I'll give you like a brief thought on the palette just because I will end up doing that in my BoxyCharm. So the shimmers are really, really pretty, really pigmented. They go on really well with a finger. Some of them go on with a brush, like the Velvet Crush went on a lot better with a brush than the 24 karat gold did, but they will go. It's just not going to be as vibrant. I would still probably use my finger just to pack it on. Some of the mattes didn't show up a ton. Others showed up really well. They blend really well. I'll give you guys a little bit more when I play with it a little bit more. I want to try a few more of the colors out, but overall I would say this palette is a hit, and I would say this look is a bit of a disaster, but we got there in the end. We made it happen. It's all good. So if you guys enjoyed this kind of video and you want to see more videos like this of me trying makeup, screwing up with makeup, being a hot mess, whatever, let me know down below. I love hearing from you guys. If you're gonna comment that I'm a hot mess, please be nice. I do read all of your comments, and I know I screwed this up. I know I'm not a professional. It's just a hobby, just something I like to do for fun. Please be sympathetic of that. I would appreciate it. If you like this kind of video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and check out new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Stay here, become a member of my little growing family. I would really appreciate it, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.